Hello everyone! We will take some time in this special bulletin to follow one of the most important weather systems currently forming over northern Australia, Tropical Cyclone Fina, which now been classified as a Category 1 cyclone and continues to strengthen. How did this system form? The journey from a low-pressure system to a tropical cyclone, tropical story. Early this morning, a low-pressure system designated as 02U, located over the waters north of the Northern Territory, began slowly moving eastward. Initially, forecast models suggested its development would occur more slowly. However, in reality, it intensified much more quickly. Between last night and early this morning, 02U strengthened rapidly and officially reached the threshold of a tropical cyclone at around 4 a.m. Central Standard Time, CST. It was then given the name Fina. Although satellite imagery may make the system look like it is hugging the top-end coastline, the actual center of the cyclone remains about 370 kilometers north-northeast of Darwin. In other words, the cyclone is still far offshore, but close enough to generate thick cloud bands, causing scattered showers, thunderstorms, and early gusty winds across many parts of the top end. The most pronounced impacts of the cyclone at this time remain offshore to the north, where the system's convective structure is strengthening further. How will Cyclone Fina move in the next 24 to 48 hours? Forecast models indicate that the cyclone is not stationary, and today is not expected to be its strongest phase. Today, the cyclone continues moving east-northeast. Direction: east-northeast. Intensity: likely to reach Category 2 by tonight, Wednesday. Rate of intensification: continues to increase as it remains over warm waters, an ideal environment for cyclone development. Tomorrow, a sudden change in direction. After reaching its easternmost point, Fina is expected to turn around, shift southward, and then curve southwest. This is an important phase, as the new trajectory will bring the cyclone closer to the northern coastline of the Northern Territory, especially from late Thursday through Friday. At that point, stronger and more direct impacts will begin to appear in the Tiwi Islands, the coastal top end, the northern Cobourg Peninsula. Where is Fina heading? In the latest updated track map, the center of Cyclone Fina is marked by a blue symbol representing the most recent analysis. It is currently only a Category 1 cyclone, but it is highly likely to intensify to Category 2 by tonight. Detailed track forecast: tonight, intensifies to Category 2. Tomorrow, turns south. Thursday to Friday, moves southwest, approaches the NT coastline, may enter the Cobourg Marine Park area on Saturday morning. Although the forecast models are generally consistent, there are two alternate scenarios. The cyclone may shift farther east. The cyclone may shift west and remain over water longer. Nevertheless, the current track remains the best estimate based on multiple international weather models. A tropical cyclone warning has been issued. Which areas are affected? On the map, the warning area is shown in orange, extending from Millingjimby, east, across the far northern top end, through the Tiwi Islands, to Cape Fourcroy, western Bathurst Island. Within this area, strong winds may develop in the next 48 hours. Eastern areas may see strong winds beginning Thursday. Other areas, winds may not become significant until Friday morning. Of particular note, coastal areas from Cape Dawn to Warui may experience destructive wind gusts of up to 135 km per hour from late Thursday into early Friday. These areas lie closest to the projected cyclone path. The weekend, the most unsettled period. Darwin must pay special attention. According to most scenarios, Cyclone Fina will continue moving southwest, cross Van Diemen Gulf, sweep across the far western top end. This opens the possibility that the cyclone may pass directly over Darwin or make landfall in nearby areas, producing direct impacts on the city. For Darwin, this weekend may be the period of strongest impacts, including strong winds, damaging or destructive gusts, storm surge and elevated coastal water levels, prolonged heavy rainfall, localized flooding in low-lying and coastal residential areas. Rainfall forecast. Who will be hit the hardest? Based on rainfall forecast models through Sunday night, the highest totals are expected in the northwest corner of the top end, the Tiwi Islands, areas closest to the cyclone's path. But the most important point, the heaviest rainfall will occur where the cyclone passes nearest, which currently appears likely to include areas around Darwin. If the cyclone maintains Category 2 strength and moves through Van Diemen Gulf toward Darwin, rainfall during the final 48 hours of the weekend could be extremely high, causing flash flooding and strong wind gusts across the city. This is the time to prepare. What should residents do now? With signs of rapid intensification and a track moving closer to the coast, now is the time to reinforce homes, windows, and outdoor items. Prepare basic supplies, water, food, flashlights, backup power. Avoid marine travel. Monitor official weather updates continuously. Plan evacuation if living in flood-prone or coastal areas. Preparing early is always better than waiting until the cyclone approaches. Tropical Cyclone Fina is entering a phase of significant strengthening and may come very close, or even pass directly over the top end in the coming days. From tonight through the end of the weekend, the cyclone's impacts will gradually increase, including strong winds, heavy rainfall, storm surge, flooding risk, especially in Darwin, which may experience the most severe effects. Stay safe, follow weather updates regularly, and prepare carefully for the changes ahead in the coming days. We're going to explore the weather in Australia over the next few days. And, guys, finally the first tropical cyclone of the season has appeared and has a name. Yes, introducing Tropical Cyclone Fina, forming just north of Darwin. Oh my, just looking at it, you can already see its power. I'll show you the maps and detailed information about this cyclone, but don't worry, I'll make it lively so you won't get bored. A quick look at the situation across the country. It's not just the cyclone. Although Fina is appearing extremely hot, there are still other interesting developments across Australia. First, a large low-pressure area in Western Australia is causing showers and thunderstorms. And pay attention, a few fairly severe storms may occur in the next few days. Second, the southeast corner is affected by a cold air mass. You can see the scattered clouds on the satellite map around southern Adelaide and southwest Tasmania. This is a sign of a southwest cold airflow sweeping through that area. But don't worry too much. New South Wales and most of Queensland will be drier, with only a few scattered showers. A close-up of Cyclone Fina, looking massive. Here is a close-up view of Fina provided by the Australian Bureau of Meteorology. Currently it is at Category 1, but it is expected to increase to Category 2 soon. See the green area to the south? That's the rain radar network detecting showers, but the main rainfall is still offshore, not hitting the land much yet. Look at those black and white clouds exploding offshore. That's strong convection, signaling that the cyclone is developing rapidly. And guys, it will get even bigger in the next few days. Get ready. Currently Fina is north of Darwin, causing light showers on the northern coast. Here's the wind map of the cyclone for the end of today. Most of the worst weather is still offshore, but this cyclone could make landfall over the weekend, so if you're not prepared, start worrying. Path and forecast models. Where is it going? Computer models show Fina is moving fairly steadily, and overall, the latest updates give me more confidence than earlier this week. The Bureau of Meteorology has finally named the cyclone. Hooray! Looking at the overall map, South Australia is receiving a southwest wind flow. Victoria and Tasmania are also receiving westerly winds before the stronger airflow arrives. In Western Australia, easterly winds are also picking up. A fun note, the wind here is not directly from the south, but east or southeast winds, helping to lower temperatures along the southern coast. Meanwhile, in the north, the low-pressure air mass is fairly calm, so New South Wales will be slightly warmer, but along the coast you'll feel northeast winds, creating some interesting cloud formations. The cyclone is intensifying. from Category 1 to Category 2. This morning, Fina was Category 1, but it is expected to reach Category 2 by the end of the day or tonight. In other words, it's powering up before making landfall over the weekend. Darwin, get ready, its path is quite tricky. Due to the land's influence, the cyclone will weaken gradually, but there will still be heavy showers and thunderstorms in some areas. Around the cyclone, you'll see storms, and especially in Kimberley and Perth, strong storms may occur. In Queensland and New South Wales, there will also be a few scattered storms, not widespread, but enough to keep you alert. Details of storms, low pressure, and high pressure areas matter. The low pressure dominates the northern part of the map, largest in Western Australia, but the tropical cyclone in the north is the standout, with wind flows surrounding its center. The low in Western Australia looks impressive, but is not as strong as the northern low. Easterly winds are picking up, combined with showers and thunderstorms, especially focused in South Australia, Victoria, and Western Australia, creating multiple wind directions. In the south, Tasmania is cooling down due to the southwest cold air flow. This is a pleasant change for the southern coast, while New South Wales remains hot and humid with storms. Weekend forecast close-up: rain, wind, and temperatures. Over the weekend, Fina is still offshore to the north, but rainfall will impact the northern coast more strongly. Queensland and New South Wales, scattered thunderstorms. Great Dividing Range, possible showers. South Australia and Western Australia, low pressure moving in, combined with strong northeast winds, may gust strongly. Especially on Sunday, Darwin may get 200 to 300 millimeters of rain. Heavy rain and strong winds are gearing up for this weekend. Important warnings and tips. Follow the Australian Bureau of Meteorology regularly. Check the tropical cyclone page for wind strength and affected areas. Prepare for heavy storms and rain. Overall, next week will be hot and humid in the north, while the south of Australia will be more comfortable thanks to the westerly wind. Showers and thunderstorms will focus on New South Wales, Queensland, Northern Territory, and South Australia. So today we've had a busy but super interesting video. Fina forming rapidly. Low pressure in Western Australia and other stormy areas. Temperature changes in South Australia, Tasmania, and Victoria. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss updates on Fina and the next storms on the VTV Tien channel.